Hey everybody, it's Jason Blaha here, and once again it's time for current events in the online fitness community. Sip of my water. Get my radio voice on. Give you guys a forearm shot. Forearms are on point. So, today I'm going to talk about someone who there's definitely some history between us. And I'm going to be as polite as I possibly can about this. So we got Cali Muscle, a.k.a. Chuck Basher. That was his actor name. Do not Google that. You don't want to see it. A.k.a. the Booty Warrior. Once again, doing some reckless stuff with his health. And I saw it of all places on Facebook. I saw it in my Facebook feed yesterday, scrolling through again. I'm not even following him. It just finds its way into my feed at this point. Then I had a follower ask me, hey, are you going to talk about that? That's ridiculous. This guy, what is he doing? Now, before people chime in, last time this sort of stuff came up, someone said, no one's ever been hurt from fasting. What does a cardio patient have to do with it? Because starvation and electrolyte imbalance can create problems. All right, let's be very clear here. Water fasting can create electrolyte imbalances. This is a cardiac patient. Let's be very clear here. This is a cardiac patient who in his videos on all his social media had said he's not going to take the medications his doctor gave him. He's going to cure it by eating watermelon, eating raw vegan fruitarian diets. Okay, that is how he's going to cure it. Could ignore his doctor. He's lost a lot of muscle. He's down to a very, very minimal body fat. Like, this is an individual who is at a level of body fat that is about the minimums to really sustain life. He's absolutely shredded at this point. He's lost an enormous amount of muscle as well through all of this. And he's like, I'm going to fast. And he's sitting here doing day 6 with no food. Let's be clear here. When you are at the body fat levels he is at, you have no backup reserves. Any calorie deficit at all, meaning eating below your maintenance calories, is pretty much coming from muscle tissue at that point, or your organs. This is one of the reasons why people with certain eating disorders, this is why they have heart attacks and organ damage. Okay? They are starving themselves to the point to where your body can start to cannibalize your organs. Do people understand that this is a person with a fair amount of muscle mass, with a high energy turnover, who is physically active on top of that? The calories that he burns in a day is pretty big. I'm going to go out on a limb and say every day that he fasts is probably stripping at least a full pound of lean tissue off of his body. Again, combination of muscle, possibly organs. This is extremely dangerous, extremely reckless, and for no purpose other than showboating, either showing that he's lost his mind on social media, or just a showboat. Here's the problem. It's also is that he is leading other people down a road of ruin. Let's be clear. The overwhelming amount of evidence at this point is showing fasting has no health benefits. There might be mental benefits. There might be discipline benefits. It's been studied really heavily at this point because so many people have an interest in it. There is no lack of funding. So before anyone says, oh, this is bias, no. There's bias towards making fasting look favorable. There's financial bias in confirming that fasting has benefits. All sorts of religious groups are putting up money, right? Because some of the world's major religions believe in fasting. There are plenty of billionaires who believe in fasting. There's funding for this stuff. The problem is the meta-analysis are coming back with, there doesn't really seem to be any benefits. It's not really that useful. It's not that valuable other than as a method of calorie control for some people, right? And it can be useful as a weight loss tool for some people. Absolutely. There's no doubt about that. There are people who get discipline benefits out of it. Okay? And I'm not going to disagree with that, right? That's why some people do it for a variety of religious and spiritual reasons, for the discipline aspects of it. But let's be clear. Almost all of those religions allow medical exceptions. Okay? I mean, perfect example. Take Islam and Ramadan. If you have health complications, or you're too elderly or anything going on that would make it risky to you, you're not required to do it. They make exceptions for people with health complications. Kali Muscle would technically fall into that category. He has no business doing this. Yet he is just doing it to the extreme. I want to be clear, he is fasting more so than what I just described. I mean, put that in perspective. Which one of the largest religions in the world you think of that promote fasting? Absolutely would be Islam, right? Everyone knows this. Everybody knows this. They allow religious exemption or medical exemptions for Ramadan. Okay, it's considered perfectly acceptable. His fasting is more extreme than Ramadan. What he is doing is technically more extreme. Okay, what we have to be concerned about is cannibalizing organs at this point for him. Then you have the issue that he is a cardiac patient. Do people understand this can disrupt your electrolyte balance? Just like he had the problem with the working out fasting that time and he almost passed out, had to go to the hospital. Did it on camera. Remember I mentioned that? Electrolyte disturbance. People aware this can cause a irregular heartbeat problem? He's a cardiac patient. This type of fasting, when we talk about people like long-term, I'm not even talking about the long-term consequences of the organ damage and triggering another cardiac event. I'm talking about the short-term of electrolyte imbalance when you're already an existing cardiac patient with a strained system. This could literally make this man drop dead today. What he is doing, he could die right now, today, as a result of doing it. This is reckless. It is leading by bad example. He is leading people to harm, leading people through bad, ignorant, ridiculous advice, hypocritical advice, because he sells products that he claims ruin health and he won't touch. He literally still sells them, advertises them, right on his Facebook and stuff too, advertises them. And then he's promoting dietary approaches that are dangerous and extreme that very well may cause him to drop dead right now. The only benefit that people are going to get from this in the long term is going to be an example of what not to do. All right, guys, but that's really all I have to say on that today. I hope it's been informative. I'll talk to you guys next time.